person in your
Well, we can't use
piece.
ourselves.
You can't use yourself. You can use someone to stand in for yourself. Or you can use, like he has these young guys in hoods. Hypothetically, you could pin someone in a hood, but you can't really see their face. You know? So there's ways to play with the figure, with the human body, with the painting in a way that can be symbolic. So don't feel like you have to produce this sort of abstract collage. You can produce something like Frida Kahlo or something like Linda Wiley, you know. Very simple, one figure with a little pattern, you know, very easy to do. Yes?
What do you think yourself young?
You can do that?
You can
Yeah, I'm fine
make
with it.
yourself a whole other person,
Yeah.
whatever you want.
I'm fine, I'm totally fine with it. Okay. Let's leave me a rush. Back in a minute. Okay, who else do we have here? Okay, this is an artist called Carl James Marshall. Any of you heard of him?
Oh, yeah.
Chicago artist. Right? What can you tell me about these? I mean, they're the mural size. They're absolutely massive paintings. But who can tell me a little bit about what they might represent? Go past them on that.
Share.
So who wants to say a little bit about these?
Looks like little bell.
Sorry.
They look like little bell. You ever seen this?
Yeah.
There's a little, it was like Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Remember that show?
I've heard of it. I didn't grow up here. So.
It's down a lot. But
But I know about Cosby. Good Cosby.
yeah, but these guys look like the show that he had. He had the children's show called Little Bill, and the guys in the pictures like Little Bill.
And he uses, I mean, his work is a lot of social commentary. Carl James Marshall. So he's making work about, he's from Chicago, he makes a lot of work about public housing in Chicago. That public housing, more commonly known as the projects, were all developed and designed with this idea of building a better future for people, you know, like moving people out of slum areas into these new, modern, high-rise apartments. But that was the idea at the time. It was, you know, the product. Later on, they became, you know, housing projects, whatever. But these buildings were supposed to be the future, you know, a modern way of living. But because of poverty and the way the economy works here, and lack of opportunity, they've gotten a bad reputation for, you know, having problems with crime and, you know, not the best living conditions. Of course, but, you know, we all know, I mean, I grew up in public housing in Ireland. You know, there's public housing all over the world. So,
There's some all over the world. Yeah.
but, you know, people work hard. There's a stereotype about public housing if you're in the US, you know, that people are poor and they're on welfare, etc., etc., etc. So, but of course, the majority of public housing residents are hard-working people, just like everyone else. But what Carl James Marshall does is he sort of taps into that idea of the utopia, or the sort of idea of this dream of a better future or happy families. Like you said, a better home, better gardens. And he uses these couples, but he uses these very simplified, very graphic, very flat depictions of people. So when I say graphic, do you know what I mean when I say graphic? Yeah. So they're not like a Linda Wiley where he obviously spent a lot of time modeling the forms, modeling the light on the face. Marshall just uses very flat surface and then blocks in the features, so they're very, very simplified. Okay? But they're another way to talk about place, because identity, a big part of our identity is also place, where we come from, you know, our neighborhood, our immediate environment. So he's an important artist to look at in terms of a sense of place. Okay, do you guys all have?
And he also uses text, which is interesting. For those of you that like poetry or like text, you can also incorporate that in your project.
Yeah.
So what if you draw like the inside of a mother's womb?
Okay, let's look at.
That's cool too.
This is a Canadian artist. Now, my rule about this project: no flags. You're not allowed to use flags. This one has a flag.
It's a boy.
So why is
No, these are paintings.
Are you serious?
Everything
Whoa!
is
Yeah, these are all paintings I'm showing you, and they all use the figure. That's why we're looking at.
What is that?
No, you guys can keep these.
What?
There's not enough to promote. This is a Canadian artist called Attila Richard Lucas. Okay.
Is this really a painting?
Yeah. These are large-scale oil paintings. And again, like Cahinda Wiley, he paints young men. But he paints young men whose identity is defined by maybe belief structures. Because these guys in Cahinda Wiley's painting, this guy could be anybody. Who is this guy?
Gosh, a black man.
Yeah, I mean, apart from the colour of the skin, I mean, who is he? But that's, I mean, it could be a student, it could be a college student, it could be a poet. Yeah. Just because you say I'm a black guy and a hooded top doesn't mean. There's a stereotype system operating. It's dangerous. Okay. But who is this guy and what does he represent? He's basically a skinhead, right? Yeah.
These are nice.
Well, but I'll be careful. Not all skinheads are Nazis. Skinhead, you know where skinheads came from? Reggae music. Jamaica, they started in England, influenced by Jamaican culture. Ska, reggae, ska.
And then it stopped from the ones reggae became more black.
But there was a lot of black skinheads in the 70s. But a big wing of skinhead culture moved into becoming white supremacists, becoming racist. But there are fascist skinheads, there are right-wing skinheads, neo-Nazis. There are also left-wing skinheads who are anti-racist. Have you guys ever heard of Sharps? S-H-A-R-P-S?
Wait, what? No. Sharps?
Skinheads against racial prejudice. So there are, so again, stereotypes. You look at the skinhead, you think fascist, But there are skinheads who are anti-fascist. There are skinheads who are progressive. But the reason I'm showing you these paintings, again, they're paintings about identity. This guy's identity is, he's a skinhead, right? Same with this one. What's this guy's identity? American. He's a soldier, obviously, and he's carrying a flag, so his beliefs are embodied in this flag, right?
And his uniform.
In his uniform.